Depression is not real. It's not real at all. It's a form of excuse that the brain is trying to create for you to take your life, to be lazy, sit around, destroy your life, and it's a social construct. Many people have fallen into depression because of the social media, because of the internet, and all that, because they see people who claim are depressed, they admire people's life, they think their life is cursed, and that's what causes your mind to fight against you. So depression is a self-torture kind of thing. You're killing yourself in thoughts. Some even end up killing themselves physically because they claim they are depressed. So human beings are created to have emotions. There are very different kind of emotions, but the constant emotions that are actually true are happiness and sadness. If you look at it in a wider perspective, depression, anxiety, stress, sadness, all these feeling hurt, all these emotions are just inclined to sadness. And all other emotions such as excitement, happiness, all those are just tied to happiness. So there are two major emotions in the world. That's sadness and happiness. And you can choose. In every situation, you have a choice to make. There's always a choice to be happy, and there's always a choice to be sad. And you can always choose to remain in this state, or otherwise change the state in which you are. Why doesn't happiness last long? You can be happy for just an hour, but you want to be happy for a whole week. Isn't that an excuse? Isn't that an excuse for you to manipulate others? Isn't it an excuse for you to be lazy, to sit around, and to enjoy the benefits that come with stress and depression? You are allowed to be stressed for 1 day, 2 hours, but you are not allowed to be stressed for a whole year. That means you have something you're benefiting from what you're claiming. Most people enjoy what they do. Most people enjoy the situation they are in. Take, for example, you say you want to quit alcohol, but you keep taking the same alcohol. Why? Because you don't want to lose the feeling good effect of alcohol. So you decide to stay in the situation of addiction in alcohol so that you can keep enjoying the aftermath of alcohol, the after feeling, after effect. But you forget you want to quit because of the long-term effect, like the health effect. Say you're smoking, it's the same thing. Say you are a foodie, you are obese. You say you want to lose weight, but you keep eating because you are gluttonous. You still want to keep eating. You enjoy the food, so you like the comfort, so you don't want to lose the comfort. So that is the reason why you stay in such situation. So it's the same thing as depression. You want to stay in the same state of sadness because there are benefits, there is attention coming with it. You lazy around, you don't want to go to work, and people understand you. They say you're depressed, they work for you, they provide everything for you. So you don't want to lose this, and you stay in such state. Some of you are homeless because you like being homeless. You don't want to take any responsibility. You fear the responsibility. Don't misquote me. Don't misquote me. People have their own reasons for what they do. They have their own reasons for why they are how they are. That's my main point. Because why not? Why not? Why not come out of a bad situation? Why not? The way you found yourself in the same situation is the way you can come out of that situation. You were not born in this situation. You just found it. And you can live it as well. You can live it. You can decide right now to be a new guy. And I'm talking out of experience. I was an addict in gambling, and it has a kind of feeling that drives you into it, and it keeps making you feel good. When you win some small money, you feel very nice. You want to place more bets, and you lose more money. You find yourself stressed. You claim you're depressed. You lose everything. I've even lost everything at some point in my life. Completely everything. Everything down to zero, to negative. And I was never depressed in my life. Never depressed. Stressed, but not depressed. And at some point in my life, I changed my life. I decided, no, this is enough. The self-torture is enough. So the state of depression is self-torture. Why do you want to torture yourself? Why do you want to kill yourself? Have you ever thought of it in such a manner? Why do you want to remain in the same state of sadness, same state of self-torture for this long? Why don't you remain in the state of happiness? Why does happiness last just a few seconds? So you have that decision to make, and it's always that you are making excuses because you know there's something you are enjoying and you don't want to let go. I've read a book, and this book is called The Courage to Be Disliked. Very good book. And there's this student and there's this philosopher who are arguing, and this philosopher is talking about the psychology. And there's one scenario in the book that really caught my attention. So the student told the philosopher that there's this guy, a friend of his, who has been in the house, stayed in the house for the longest. And every time this guy steps out of the house, he has some panic arrest because he is a kind of he's antisocial, or we call these people, there are these people who call themselves um, is it what is it the name, I forgot the name, but these people who call themselves some people who say they are antisocial, and uh, like they just cannot be around people. Tell me in the comment section what you call these kind of people. And now the student was like, this is a real situation for this guy because he's never stepped out. And the professor argued that everything has a cause and effect, and it's from the Adlerian psychology. Adlerian psychology argues that cause and effect come hand in hand, and people enjoy. So the psychologist argues that life is easy. For this guy, he can change his situation anytime he wants, if he wants to. And I think I agree with the philosopher, because you always have the final decision in every situation in life. You always have the final decision. You can decide to be better today, and you can decide to be worse. You can decide to quit alcohol, or you can decide to keep taking it. You can quit drugs or keep taking drugs. I'm amazed that in the first world countries there are people who are homeless. Why are you homeless? You can always find a job in these first world countries. You can always do something for yourself, unless you are enjoying homelessness because you have less responsibilities. But if you really want to come out of the streets, you can always come out of the streets. Not only in first world countries, even in third world countries, there is always something to do. So the best solution for coming out of depression or a stressful situation is coming out of it through finding something to do. Be busy. You don't have that luxurious time to be depressed. You have all the time to solve problems. Solve problems. Don't fear problems. Most people are depressed because they fear problems. These problems that they fear are what have put them in the state of depression. And now their minds are fighting them. They want to kill themselves because their mind has overpowered them. You are not in charge of your mind. Your mind has now taken charge. And now your mind wants comfort. And comfort can only be gained if you avoid responsibility, you avoid solving problems. That's why most people kill themselves. Most people commit suicide. You know, the number one cause of death right now in the world is depression, suicide. So you kill yourself because you fear solving your problems. You have your choice to make. It's either you get out of poverty or kill yourself. It's either you forget about your loved one who divorced you or kill yourself. It's either you move on from a lost loved one. You lost your loved one. It's either you move forward or kill yourself. It's either you solve the problem or let the problem kill you. So there's only two options. And the only way to come out of depression is solve the problem. Solve the problem. No therapist will help you come out of depression. If you are in depression because of drug abuse, no therapist, no rehabilitation will help you get out of that unless you solve the situation yourself. So that's my take on depression. And for you folks, if you feel depressed, make sure you solve the problem. You are in that state because you don't want to solve the problem at hand. Look at the problem, analyze yourself, look at yourself. Why are you depressed? Have you asked yourself that question? And if you have the answer, then you know what to do. If you know why you're depressed, then you know the solution to your depression. And if you know the solution to your depression, you can come out of that state of being depressed. Otherwise, I wish you the best.